What's up, guys? In this video we want to give you an update on all of our Abronias.
Yep, we're going to show off a couple different species, so I hope you guys enjoy.
So this time around we actually did something a little bit different. Since we have this facility now, we kept the Abronias outside for a lot longer than we usually do, just to see if they would actually start breeding. And fingers crossed, because we do have some females that are looking very gravid. Basically what we did is we put them out here, you know, during like December. Was it December, right?
Yeah, we started pulling them out here as soon as it started getting cold in Florida, probably around November. It did get pretty cold this year for like even extended periods of time, so we're hoping that, you know, helped with the breeding process of these guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing that when I've talked to a lot of the Abronia breeders, they've said that they need to be cooled for sure. So like if you're looking to breed Abronia, make sure you put them out. Well, it depends on where you live, obviously, but they do tend to like the cold temperatures. They'll kind of like brumate a little bit together, and then once they come back up, they tend to, you know, stick together. They maybe copulate when it starts warming up, you know, when you give them a basking spot of like 85 or so. But the good thing about, I think everybody who breeds them that we've talked to does work with them and keep them outside. So that's why we put them outside. So hopefully that's, you know, gonna allow us to produce some, because in the past we haven't had luck. We've been keeping them inside mostly, and Florida gets really hot, so we can only keep them outside for only a little bit of time until, you know, it starts to get blazing hot again. But so far so good. They look like they're gravid, some of our females, so, you know, wish us luck.
Yeah, with live bears, you never really know until they, you know, produce babies, because a lot of times a lot of them will swell up and stuff, you know, gain some weight, and then you never find any babies. Like it's happened to us a couple times in the previous years, but this year looks really promising, and you know, this new tactic, hopefully it worked for us here in South Florida.
So this is one of the females that might be gravid, and she was, you know, she was paired up with this really nice blue male. Now some of these animals turn blue in captivity over the long term for some reason, but we have noticed that when we feed you know, a good variety of insects, we gut load the insects, we keep them outside, and we supplement with like Repashy Super Pig and Repashy Calcium Plus, the green ones tend to keep their color a lot better. Now this one was also a little greener when we first got him, but he's turned like an aqua blue now. But he's still, I like that color better. He's just absolutely gorgeous. And the female has kept her color really well. She even still has some of the yellow around her eye and her jaw that a lot of them lose. And I think that's what happens when they turn blue. They lose the yellow, and then that's why the green turns blue.
Yeah, almost like an exanthic green iguana.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people asking us, hey, I want a blue graminia, I want a blue graminia. It doesn't seem like it's a morph. It seems like David was saying, it's something that just for some reason happens in captivity. Maybe it's something that they eat in the wild that it's not available to us, you know, in the United States. So, but like he was saying, it definitely helps with the natural UV, Repashy Super Pig, Calcium Plus. They do keep their greens a lot better, and their yellows as well.
All right, so the females that we have here are Abronia taeniatas, and actually there's a male here too. They're some of the most colorful Abronias. Like we were talking about it earlier, they have a lot of variety with the black and the green. They even come in orange,
orange,
silver, you know, yellow, a bunch of different colors. And there's my second favorite species of Abronia after the Graminia.
These are actually my favorite. Why? Because look at that. Look at these faces, man. How can you say no to these faces? But, you know, same care as the Graminia, same care as the other alligator lizards from Central America. Cool temps, insectivores, high humidity.
So one of the problems that we've had keeping them outside is the ants. So if you're gonna keep them outside, you gotta be very careful about the ants. There are some ants that will swarm your animals and kill them. Luckily here we haven't had that problem, but we do get ants every now and then. We gotta put ant bait all around the cages. What we've also done is put the cages on kind of like a stand, but I'm talking about the water thing.
Oh.
Like put the cages on a well, you can put like water around the legs of the stand, just so the ants can't get to it. But that's one of the biggest problems. Also, if you're gonna keep them outside, you gotta be careful that there's no like raccoons or like stray cats or something that are gonna, you know, spot your animals and try to break into the cages and eat them. But other than that, we've had, you know, good luck with them outside, and I think that's like the key to producing them. We'll figure it out later this year if we actually do have some babies, but we are expecting some. I think we will. I'm staying optimistic about it, and yeah, I think they really benefit from keeping them outside from certain times of the year, as long as the temperatures are, you know, anywhere from like 40 degrees to like 80s or even low 90s, as long as they have shaded area and they have they're
Water.
very well hydrated. It's always going to be, you know, better to keep them outside, get them some natural UV, and I think that, you know, allows them to start breeding.
And they're pretty cool when the babies when their babies are born. They're not hatched. When they're born, they're colorless. You know, they're like gray all around the body, and it actually takes a couple months for them to start developing color. Actually, some of the ones that were born here last year, we actually have some of them, so we're gonna show you how they look and how they develop. Some are already all green, while some are still like silver, maybe some green heads, and then while some have developed even some like high black contrast. So it's pretty cool, and it's hard to tell how these guys are gonna turn out. Like I said, especially as babies, when they're colorless. You know, they look nothing like they're gonna do when they're adults.
Yeah, and what I don't know if you guys remember on the video that we did the walkthrough, we showed you guys now they're yearlings, the baby Abronias that we kept back, and when they were born, they were like all patternless and like really dark. They weren't like I've never seen Abronia babies like that, and that's why we decided to hold them back. Now they look a little more normal. They're like a dark green. They're starting to get their green coloration, and they're feisty as hell.
Yeah.
But we're gonna show you those so you guys can see how they're doing, and just show you how they change over time.
So in these two cages here, we have Abronia gramíneas. These are the patternless ones that were born. What's up, buddy? What's up? Oh,
They're gonna bite him.
Oh, you're so feisty. Here you go. Here, this is one of the darker ones. Doesn't have much green yet, but as it keeps maturing, these keep getting more and more color.
And they're jumpers. These guys are crazy for some reason. All the ones we raised indoors are like nuts, and he's gonna bite.
And they're savages too. Like feeding wise, as you can hand feed these guys, as soon as the crickets are in there, they're just hunting. So they're very cool, man. Very, very, very smart lizards, in my opinion. I think they're smarter than what a lot of people give them credit for. Well, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little update on our Abronia project. And if you want to keep seeing them all of our updates, where should they follow us at, man?
Social media. We got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, Poshmark.
Yeah, right?
Everything.
We post individual content on all of those social media platforms, and if you want to keep up to date with all of our stuff, including the Abronias and everything else we work with, you know, just make sure you follow us.
What happened to your beard, man? What happened to your beard?
My beard is weird. Long live Abronias. These are my favorite, man. It hasn't even been a week, and look, it's already almost back, so alright, YouTube, so by the next
I got more beard than Manny, everybody.
First
Look
time
at that.
ever.
Handsome as hell.
I'm sure by next week's video,
looking like a baby.
I'm sure by next week's video it'll all be back, so